Good morning, dear students. Welcome to the Rishikul Online School. Let's continue chapter number 7 of history, where we are studying about kingdoms, kings, and an early republic. This is the second module of the chapter, and in this module, we shall study about the Mahajanpadas. Some Janpadas they became larger and more powerful than others. They came to be known as Mahajanpadas. The Buddhist literature mentions 16 Mahajanpadas or kingdoms. These were Magda, Avanti, Kosala, Kuru, Mala, Anga, Kashi, and many more. Out of these, Magda, Kashi, Kosala, and Avanti became very powerful. Now we will talk about some features of the Mahajanpadas. First and the foremost is about the forts. Most of the capital cities were fortified. This means that these cities were surrounded by huge walls of wood, bricks, or stone. But building such huge walls required a great deal of planning, enormous labor, and wealth. Next is about the armies. The Rajas now begin to maintain armies throughout the year. They paid regular salaries to the soldiers. Coins. Punch marked coins were in circulation. Some payments they were made in coins. Now we will talk about the taxes. The state activities in the Mahajanpadas increased. To build huge forts and maintain big armies, the Rajas needed more resources. They also had to appoint officials to collect resources. So they started collecting regular taxes in different ways from different groups of people. And these people were hunter-gatherers, farmers, herders, traders, and craftspersons. The farmers, they had to pay 1/6 of the crop's produce. It was also known as bhag or a share. Herders had to pay taxes in the form of animals and animal produce. Craftsmen, they were expected to pay taxes in the form of labor. For example, a weaver had to work for a day every month for the king as a tax. Taxes were imposed on goods that were bought and sold through trade. Significant changes they took place in agriculture. This agriculture became the primary occupation of the people. Many crops they were grown such as barley, wheat, rice, cotton and oilseeds. The iron plowshares began to be used widely in place of wooden plowshares. As a result, heavy clay-laden soil could be turned over in a better way. Due to increased use of iron plowshares and adopting transplantation methods, production of crops increased significantly. Instead of scattering seed on the ground, people now grew saplings first and then planted them in the fields. As a result, many more plants they survived. Most agricultural works were very difficult to do. For transplantation of paddy, workers had to bow down for hours. So generally slave men and women, that is dasas and dasis as well as landless agricultural laborers, they were employed for difficult tasks. So this was all about this module. We will continue the chapter in the next module. Have a nice day.